Hi, and welcome back to day 17 of the A2Z of sales. Now, today's letter is the letter P. And for P, I've chosen the topic of presentation. Now, there are so many things that we could talk about presentation. We don't have time in this video. We talk about how to write the presentation, tell them what you're going to tell them what you told them. We can look at the structure of your PowerPoint slides if you're using PowerPoint, or how to use the product to demonstrate properly, etc. So I just wanted to focus on what I think is the most important thing when you write your presentation. And that is to talk about benefits to the customer. So it's not about the features of your product. It's not about what it is or what it does or what they are or what they do. It's about what it does for the customer. Now, there's a really simple technique that you can use to make sure that every time you present your product or service to your customer, every time you talk about your product or service, you talk about it in terms of benefit to the customer. And the technique is this, it's a real simple technique. Every time you mention a feature of your product or your service, follow it with the phrase, which means that. Okay, I call it the WMT process, which means that. Now, when you do that, what happens is you have to then follow that with a benefit to the customer. So, for example, I don't know, let's pick something real simple. Let's say you're selling a kitchen to the customer and the design that you've put in has got a granite worktop. So you can say, well, these worktops are made of granite. Now, that's the feature, okay? How do we turn that into a benefit? Well, these worktops are made of granite, which means that they're hard wearing, they look good, and they'll last a long time, won't they? And now I've given you the benefit. Or let's say you're selling a car with adaptive cruise control. This car has adaptive cruise control. That's a feature. How do you turn that into a benefit? This car has adaptive cruise control, which means that you will always be confident of being a safe distance behind the car in front of you, and you know that you'll always be able to stop in an emergency, won't you? That turns the adaptive cruise control feature into the benefit for the customer. You may also have noticed, and if you've been following my series on linguistic techniques to make it more persuasive, that I added the tie-down questions in there as well. Isn't it, doesn't it, can't you, shouldn't you? But the main topic of this video that I want you to take away is whenever you mention a feature of your product or your service to your customer or your prospect, follow it with the phrase, which means that, which then makes you mentally have to deliver the benefit to the customer. Okay, that's it for now. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care, stay safe. Cheers.